out there. This is a knitting podcast, and for the very first time, I will do this in English. I have done a lot of Danish knitting podcasts before, but this is my first time in English, so please bear with me and my not so good English. This is the first time, but maybe it will also be the last time, depending on what you mean about that. Can you understand me? And yeah, I think there's a lot of words from the knitting. I don't know what it's called, so maybe that could be a problem. But now we will try, and then we can see. I am, as I said, I am from Denmark. I'm living in the north of Denmark, just about 5 kilometers from the sea. And I am married, and I have 2 children. What is she? 18 is my daughter, and 13 is my son. So now we have a lot of free time because they're getting big. So a lot of knitting, and I love it. My work is as a hand dyer, and it's the most wonderful work you can imagine. Just, yeah, you can see, just dye all the yarns myself and knitting in it and getting on fairs around in Denmark, meet a lot of people who are knitting, and I love it. I have no words. I just love it. If I could do this for the rest of my life, I'm happy. So we have just, for about, I think it's 2 years ago, built a new house. And beside the house, we have done this. It's not exactly a store, but it's more, what do you call it? Showroom. Yeah, I think it's called showroom, where you can see my yarns and a lot of knitted fabrics in my yarns. And of course, you can buy the yarn also, but I have not opened all the time. So people call me, and then I open, and they can come and take a look. And behind me, behind the wall, my dye studio is out there. So it's pretty close, all of it. So I work from home. I think this podcast will be a little bit short because I'm nervous and I cannot talk for an hour like I used to in Danish. So it will be a short video, but I wanted to talk a little bit about me and my company. My company's name, like you can see in the podcast name, it's A Knitter's World. I have a website called A Knitter's World, and in there you can find all my yarns. I send around the world, so Canada, Australia, it's no problem to send to you. When you come on my website, you can click on a button and there will be a translation to English. And also there will be a translation from for the money from Danish kroner to euro. I have written down, because as a new thing, we will take MasterCard, American Express, Visa card, Google Pay, and Apple Pay. So please go and check my website out if you want to buy something, or just look what I have and what I do as my work. I can tell you what I'm knitting on now, and then we can take a look in my showroom, and I can explain a little bit about my yarns, which yarn I have, why I have them. Yeah, I think we will do it like that. This is a finished object. I just finished it about, I think, 2 weeks ago. It's a Clint Classic from Anne Wenzel. I'm on a high chair, so I'm not going on the floor, so it's a little bit difficult to show. But it's so nice. Now I am knitting on this this vest. Let's try to show you here. this. It's a little bit difficult to see now because I have this wire on it. But it is Petite Knits, and it's called the Friday Slip-Over V-Neck. And I'm almost done. I'm doing the rib in the neckline now, and then I need to do the ribbing by the sleeves here, and then I'm done. So it's almost done. Oh, it's knitted in my mink yarn. I don't know what mink is called in English, but mink is the little animal. Most of the time it's black. I will try to insert a picture up here. I will just write down that I will take a picture of it so I can remember it. So it's knitted out of one thread of mink and one thread of my mohair. I will tell you about my mohair a little bit later in the video because it's a little special. So yeah, we will talk about the yarns later. The other one is the Virginia sweater from Helga Isager. Is this one. It's also knitted out of one thread of mink and one thread of mohair. But this I have a little problem with because here you can see the colors I'm using. This color is a color that is called My Way, and the brown one is called Caramel. Caramel, I think it's English. I have a little problem with it because if you can see here, there is these stripes. And I have done these stripes here, and I am here and I'm waiting for the sleeves to be done. But I think I have heard somewhere, it's the first time I'm knitting from Isager. And I think I have heard that especially Helga Isager, her sizes is very small because I'm not so big, not high or anything. And when I take this down to my waist here, I think I need some more. And that is even though that I have put it, I think, about 5 extra rows between each one. And that is not enough. Then I did the sleeve. This is one sleeve here. Actually, the sleeve should stop here, like this. Here I have also put 5 extra rows between each stripe. But if I should end here, as the pattern says, and combine it here now, I get, how can I do, oh, maybe it's easier for the other one here. If I take this one here, you can see it's it's really not easy, this one. Okay, we try to lay it down. And my armhole is here. So maybe you can see the problem. Actually, it should be down there about. Maybe you can see the problem. And when the body also is short, I cannot combine those two. So I have done one more repeat here. And okay, it will not look like the pattern, but it doesn't matter for me. I just want a nice sweater. So if it's not even with 2, 1, 2, 1, and this is only 1, it doesn't matter. So now I have done this, and I'm working on the other sleeve here, and I will do the same with this. And then I have decided I will take the stitches and do one more repeat also here. Because I don't want a cropped version. It should not be long, but I don't want it cropped. No. So that I have to do now. I am not a single pattern knitter, or what you call it. I always knit on different things, and I also, I show you two things now I'm knitting on, but I also have a little bit more, but that's why I cannot show you, because I have just been on a big fair in Cologne, in Germany, and there we have found some different yarns that maybe is going to be in my web shop in the future. But I have to see how it's knitted up and how the fabric is before I take it in. So that's what I'm also knitting on right now, and I cannot show you because I don't want to tell you about the yarns before I know that it will be in my web shop in the future. So, but it's fun. It's fun to see how it turned out, and if it's scratchy or itchy, or and how it looked knitted up. So it's a fun work. In the start, I think I have had this company for about I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years, something like that. And in the start, I knitted all the sweaters myself, but now I cannot follow, because when I get in the new yarn, I want to knit up a sweater or something. So when I get on the fairs, I have one fair about, I think I have one fair per month. So I want to have all the newest designs with me if I can, and especially if I got new yarns, I have to knit it up. And if I also want to do something for myself, something, a sweater that I want, and maybe it's not new, maybe it's an old one, and I want to knit it in the fabric I want to knit it in, and maybe it's not my yarn. I also like to knit in other yarns. Then I cannot follow up with the sweaters. So now I have some to knit, some people who help me to knit up these sweaters, because I cannot follow it. So I think I will turn this off, and then I will turn you around and tell you about my yarns. Sorry, it's the mohair. Maybe I think one thing we can talk about here, it's maybe easier when you can see me, because when I'm talking here, I cannot turn the camera front and back and so on when I'm talking to you and when I show you my yarns, because then the phone will turn off and I have to do it again. So I can tell you why I'm here as a hand dyer and why I have the yarns I have. I am educated as a shepherd in Denmark. I was actually the first female shepherd that is educated in Denmark, and I just loved my work. It was so fabulous to go on the fields with the sheeps. And I have not anymore. I had a dog, a border collie, and she was with me all the time, and it was fantastic. But well, is that the right start? When I was a kid, I have a lot of what do you call it? Children. I don't know what's it called in English. It's called eczema in Denmark, in Danish. You know, when you get itchy and all red, and so I have had it all my childhood. And my mother, I can remember, I lay on the floor and she just put it in, behind the knees and everywhere where I was red and itchy. Makeup, I cannot have it all. Jewelry and you name it, I got it. But I have that as a kid. So my skin is very sensitive, but I didn't thought about that when I was educated as a shepherd. So I just worked with the sheep and it was so nice. But as the time went by, I could feel that my skin is getting more itchy. So after a few years as a shepherd, it was so bad, so I have to go to the doctor. So I went to the doctor that was specialized in allergy, and I got a lot of tests and talks, and I went through it all, and they found out that I was allergic for the. Is it called lanolin in English also? I don't know, but the lanolin in the sheep. That's a little bit. I told you. I'm so sorry for the English. But this greasiness in the wool, some have more and some has less. But I got allergy from that, so I have to stop to be a shepherd, and I have to go to school again, and I was educated to to tell the farmers how they can take care of the sheep. So I was suddenly on the other side, and I can tell the farmers how they should take care of them and everything like that. But Denmark is not a big country, especially not when it comes about around how many sheep there is. So I also have to stop from that. Then I got the two kids I was talking about, and my daughter has Asperger, and my daughter has Asperger and ADHD, and my son has ADHD. So it has been some rough times in their younger years. Now they have medicine and they work perfectly now, so it's fine. But in the times when they were small, it was a rough time for me and my head and my back. I have not a good back, so I cannot work so much, and I cannot work full time. But my mother, she said, "Oh, Bettina, why don't you knit?" Knit? No, I don't want to knit. What is that? How is that? I have always been creative. I have been drawing, and I have done it all. But knitting? No, I don't think so. But I could see that I needed something to calm me down, to get in a bubble and just relax. So I started knitting, and I have never stopped. If I have a day where I don't knit, I'm getting all, I have to knit, I have to knit. So it helped me a lot. So I think I knitted for a few years, and then I found out there was something called hand-dyed yarns. And I loved it. So I started dye myself, and I went on a few courses with hand-dyed to learn how to do it. And then I have used YouTube and tried myself, and used a lot of years to come where I am now. But then there is there is a lot of yarns on the market, so I have to find out what I want. I started like everyone else with the single merino, 100% of merino, sock yarns like that. But as the time went by, there was a lot of hand dyes coming up, and like I said, Denmark is a small country, so I think if we are all going to be here, we have to be a little different. Of course, we all dye different ways and different colors. Like you can see my palette around here. It's not wild colors. There is not a lot of speckles. I do it, but not so much. Like this color here, it's a mistake actually. And also this orange here, it's also a mistake. So I don't do it. I love all of these colors over here and all the browns and golden and the green, pale greens and so. That's me, and that's what you get when you go on my web shop. But not only the different colors, I want to do something different. So I thought, okay, I cannot have all of the yarns on my body because it's itchy for me, and and I have the allergy. So I thought, okay, I cannot be the only one who have this allergy, so I have to do something about it. So I started looking for yarns that I can have on my body, and I have done that for a lot of years now, and try to get better and better to find the exactly yarns that I can have of my body on my body without having a shirt or something underneath. So if I start, no, maybe I should start another place. Last summer, I did a new thing in my company. I did a scale like it's called AKV for Anita's World. And it's a scale where I, from A, B, C, and I put in my yarns in these groups depending on how itchy they are. When that is set, nothing in my shop is itchy. Nothing. It's all soft yarns. But I have A, B, and C. All the other yarns, D, E, and so on, I don't touch it. I should say this is my own scale, and it's based on my experience for the yarns and my skin, and from what other have tried for these years in my yarns. That's how I have categorized them with blah. So in the A, there is only yarn from camels, yak, silk, cotton, cashmere. There is no sheep in A. And that is because if you have allergy for the lanolin in the sheep, you cannot have it at all. So all my A yarns has no sheep in it. Then I have the B yarns. Like I said, the B yarns is also soft as beep, but there is some merino in it. But it's not normal merino, if you can say so. I have looked for a lot of years to get some merino that is really soft, so you still can have it on your skin if you are just sensitive but not allergic. So and the last one, C, the only one there is in the C group is my mohair, because mohair is a tricky one. Most of the people either love it or hate it. But I have learned to love it, but it has taken me a lot of years to find the mohair I have now. Before I tell you about the mohair, I want to say in my web shop, you can find the AKV scale and the explanation for the scale also. You can also, if you just want to look at the yarns from the B or the A category, you can search and click to only see the yarns in the A category. Then it's a little bit easier for you. So, I don't know how much you know about mohair, but mohair is hair. It's not wool like sheep wool, it's hair. And when you cut yourself, your hair, like when you cut boys in the hair, and they just stand up like this, it's sticky. And it's the same for the goats from the mohair. The after they cut them, the shorter is the hair, and they get much more money out of it. But the hair is more itchy and sticky because they are short. The mohair I have found now is they have long hairs, so they lay down instead of sticking up. When we go around, I will try to show you my mohair. It's over here. I will show you my mohair, and I have knitted a short sleeve sweater in it, so you can see how it looks knitted up, and then you can see the difference from this to another mohair. So as I said, I do a lot in special yarns, so I would like to take you on a tour around my showroom and show you my yarns and tell you a little about it. And then I think this is it. And then I hope you can tolerate my English, but please write down below if you want to hear more, or if you just say, oh my God, I never want to hear her in English again. So, but I have tried, and it's my first time, and I'm proud. I have done almost a half an hour just talking about nothing, maybe. No. I will end this now, and then I will take you on a tour. So see you in a bit. Okay, folks, here we are in my showroom. I just have to do this again because I saw that I have turned the phone the wrong way. So I will just do this all over again, but no problem. I have the time. It's Friday, and yeah, it's okay. This is my showroom. Here is the door. When you get in, you can see all my hand-dyed yarns over there. I don't sell anything else than my hand-dyed yarns. I don't sell other yarns. And this is where I was podcasting. And here is my undyed yarns. I want to go through my undyed yarns because they are really special for me. I always have them with me on the fairs, and they're hanging like this because then I think you can feel it better and you can see the colors better. I love the natural colors, so that's why I always have them with me, and you can find all of it in my web shop. I think what do you call it? A sweater, a basic sweater where you knit the colors in a natural one here, and then maybe put a colored skein in the yoke. It's so lovely. It's so lovely. But here I will go through these yarns here. This down here is the same yarns that up above, but it's just so I have enough in here if I get a customer. This one here is my 50% of yak, 50% of silk, and it runs 400 meters per 100 gram. This is an A yarn. This here is also an A yarn, and it's actually the same as the thin one. This just runs 330 meters per 100 gram. It's spun a little bit different, so it's lighter. It's more like a woolly yarn, where this it really have the drapiness. It's perfect for shawls or summer shirts like that. The gray one here is also a yak yarn. This is 60% of superwash merino, 20% of silk, and 20% of yak. And it runs 220 meters per 100 gram. Here is the thick one, and the thin one runs 366 meters. And if I go a little bit away, maybe you can see you can see the colors better. This is darker, and this is more grayish. Here I have a white yak. This is 30% of superfine merino and 40% of silk and 30% of yak. It runs 425 meters per 100 gram, and it's so lovely. If I remember over here, when we get to the over to the patterns and the sweaters, I have knitted a scarf in these 3 natural colors, and it's so, so beautiful. This white one, oh, I forgot to say that the gray ones and the white one is in category B, and it is in B because there is merino in it. You can see down here. So everywhere I get, and I have my yarns with me, you can always find the scale here on these. This yarn, it's actually the same as the dark one. It's just white. Then we get to the camel. This is 50% of camel, 50% of silk, and it runs 400 meters per 100 gram. And it's an A yarn because there is no merino in it, and it's so freaking lovely. The colors is so beautiful. If I get a little bit back, you can make it see it more. But I get to a shawl over at the patterns and the sweaters. You can see a shawl knitted up in it. This one is also a camel, but this is 90% of extra fine merino, and it's superwashed, and 10% of baby camel. The thick one runs 250 meters. This is this one, and the thin one here runs 400 meters. I don't know if you can see the difference here. Yeah, maybe you can. But the colors is so lovely. These are also B yarns because of the merino. These two here is actually the same yarns, but it's just in white and in gray. It is 70% of baby alpaca, 20% of silk, and 10% of cashmere, and it runs 400 meters per 100 gram. This is a B yarn. It is so lovely and it is so soft, but it has to be a B yarn because alpaca is a little bit tricky if you have a sensitive skin. So I don't have a problem with it on my skin, but I cannot wear a high neck on it. So I maybe want a V-neck or something like that. And I absolutely not knitting a hat in it. No way, because when you get it on your skin and the face, it gets itchy when you get warm. This one here, hiding in here, this is 50% of cashmere and 50% of silk, and it is so lovely. It is one of my absolutely luxury yarns. It runs 400 meters. Let's see, it's so lovely. It's an A yarn. Here we have a B yarn, this one. It is 75% of superwash merino, 15% of mulberry silk, and 10% of cashmere, and it runs 400 meters. It is good for summer shirts, actually. It's a B yarn, but when you knit it up, it's actually really soft, and it's so light. So it's good for a summer shirt. I have knitted one, you can see. This is just like pearls on a thread. This is 100% mulberry silk that runs 400 meters also per 100 gram, and this is an A yarn. Here I have my cotton, 100% of cotton, and when you knit it up, it will not be like this, it will get more even, but you can see that I have a knitted shirt in it. It is an A yarn because cotton is just, yeah, it's cotton. But this is actually a bit different than other cottons because this is so soft. So yeah, you have no idea. I can't describe it. You have to feel it. This is my tweed yarn, 85% of superwash merino and 15% of the tweed. So of course it's a B yarn because of the merino. So all of this was my undyed yarns. Then we turn over here and see some of the knitted fabrics. This one here is the camel I was talking about over there. Maybe you can see the color better here. Like this maybe. the sun is shining, so it's a little bit difficult to see the colors right. But if you go on my Instagram profile on A Knitter's World, there will be pictures of some of these also. This one is, oh, I have two signs here. I have to, so this one here is in 100% of silk. You can see it. It's so drapey, so lovely. It's Frigga V-neck from Yngling. You can find it on their website. This one, it's actually Pia's from FiftyFabulous. It's her perfect little cardigan. You can see it here, like this, the details up the arm. It's so lovely. This is knitted in the dark yak, 50% of yak, 50% of silk. And it's the thick one, this one. You can see it's more sweater likely. And this is the thin one. So you can see the difference here. This is more fine. And if I do like this, you can almost, oh, just do like this. So you can see the drape on it. Actually, I will say to you that all of my yarns is very drapey because there's a lot of silk in it. So I will tell you to, yeah, I think knit it about 5 centimeters shorter in the length that you want, because it will go down. It just wants to pull down. So knit it 5 centimeters shorter, and it will fit. This is the balloon sweater from Petit Knit, knitted in 1 thread of mink and 1 thread of mohair. I love the color. The color is Dusty Fall, and it's so lovely. Okay, I will go to this and over here. This is knitted in, this is Sunday Tea from Petit Knit. It's knitted in 1 thread of mink yarn. Actually, the color is not good because the color is teal, and you cannot see it on the camera. I can see it, it showed up as a blue one, and it is not blue. It is teal, a bluish green. But it is knitted in a very small needle, because the stitch count, the gauge is 28 per 10 centimeter. So it's small. It is knitted on a 3 millimeter needle, but the fabric you get out of it is freaking gorgeous. The mink runs 600 meters per 100 gram, so it actually runs really good long. Okay, this one is drop top, also from FiftyFabulous. This is the one where there is a hole in the back. And when you get it on, it's so so beautiful, and you will not see your bra underneath. It will go, oh, it will go under here. So this is knitted up in 50% cashmere, 50% of silk. Maybe if I take it this way, you can see it better. Down here, away from the sun. So this was the A yarn, and you can have it on your skin. That is absolutely no problem. This one is the Snowflower Vest, also from FiftyFabulous, knitted up in my tweed DK. It's so lovely. I love it. It's so easy to wear on your, yeah, your shirt or, yeah, everything. This one is Una sweater from Irene Lind. This is knitted up in the 90% of merino and 10% of camel in the natural color. I love the color. It's so nice, the beige one. Okay, now we will get to the mohair, and I can show you what I was talking about. Here, this one is the puff tee from Knitting for Olive. It's knitted up in two strands of my mohair sport. And as you can see here, can you see, it's not itchy, it just lies down. Oh, it's a little bit difficult to see. Maybe if I get my hand. We will try something else. Can you see if I do like this? The hair here is just laying down. It's not getting up and getting itchy. So it just runs over your body like that. It is so lovely. It's like a polar bear. Yeah, I love it. This one is a lupine sweater from Hanne Remmen, knitted in mohair and mink. And over here I have the Braemar sweater from Coco Amour Knitwear, knitted up in merino silk and my mohair sport. I love this. And it was so fun to knit. This one I have knitted up myself. It was so fun to knit. So I will just go down here before we see the colors. This one is the alpaca silky cashmere. And you get a really light sweater that is very thin and just, yeah, so light. This is the color My Way. I love the color. It's one of my favorites. Also the caramel. This one was what the yarn I was talking about over there. That is merino, silk, and cashmere. I have knitted this. This is the office tee from Knit Flitter. It has a really nice shoulder here. You can see like this. It's so beautiful. And the color is Sunny Day. So you can see, really good for the summer, so light. This is the cotton. So I knitted this up last summer, and it was so, if it has just been hanging here and it is not going down, it is not going, yeah, either side. It's just so lovely. And this is the colors I have on the cotton. There's not so many colors, but there is. Over here you have my mohair. This is my mohair, like this. And down here, these two, this is my mink yarn. And the mink is taking up the dye so beautiful. There is really, really, because there is 4 strands of yarn in it, it is 37% of mink and 33% of viscose. I don't know what it's called in English. Viscose. 18% of cashmere and 12% of wool. And each thread takes the dye different. So there is really, really a nice play in it. Look at this one. I love it. It's like lavender purple or something like that. So, and I like to make something that you can use together. So like if you take this one and get it up to this, you can also put it together with this one, like this. It's so nice. And also, so a lot of them can be used together. This is actually not a good color in here, I can see, because actually it's more like apricot. And I don't know what color it shows here, but it's actually not apricot. So I also have, if you do like this, I have the yellow here, but you can also do the yellow there. I love this color. I don't know, I can't remember what it's called. Remind me later is the color, actually. So, and over here I have all my fingering yarns, except from this one, all the button here button. On the bottom. Button or bottom? Oh, I don't know how to say it. But this one is a little bit thicker. This is the 50% of yak, 50% of silk, but in the sport weights. So they are a little bit bigger. So you can see the colors here. I do a lot of solid colors. I love that. Actually, Other Loops, if you know her, she's a Danish designer. She has used these two to knit and designed a sweater in it. Look at the colors. It's so dark and it's so beautiful. So we will hang it back here. I will just show you here my color so you can see it a little bit close, and then I will end this video so you can get on with the knitathon. Oh, I have a chair behind me, that's why. When I can see when I go close, the colors is getting lighter, but actually the colors is more like this. Then the colors really come forward like this. And I love up here, I love it. So this is it. Now I will go to my computer and edit this and put it in so you can see it Sunday morning in Denmark, and I think about 10 in the evening Saturday in the USA, and maybe also Austria. I don't know. Austria? No. Australia? Oh my God, Bettina. Okay, sorry for that. I hope you survived. If you didn't, you're probably already gone, and I will not do this again. But please write below if this is something you like, or if this should only be a one time. So I will get back to my knitathon. So I hope you enjoy it, and maybe we see you in another episode of A Knitter's World. So bye for now and have a nice knitathon.